Today we will talk about the three forms of the minor scale: natural minor, harmonic minor, and melodic minor. We will be using the minor key signatures to construct these scales, so if you are insecure with minor key signatures, you might want to go back and review them before you start this lesson. We will start with the natural minor scale. And a natural minor scale is simply a scale which uses the minor key signature, starts on the appropriate tonic, and there are no alterations to it. In this case, we have no sharps, no flats in the key signature, so this key signature could be C major, and it also could be A minor. And since our scale starts on the tonic A, we know that we have an A minor scale. And an A minor scale, sounds like this. Distinctive characteristics of a natural minor scale are the half step between the second degree of the scale and the third degree of the scale. This is what distinguishes a minor scale from a major scale in the first part of the scale. So if this were a major scale, the first 5 notes would sound like this. And that C would be a C sharp. But this is a natural minor scale, so the first 5 notes of the scale notice the lowered third. The second characteristic of a natural minor scale, which will help you distinguish one minor scale from another, is that there is a whole step between the 7th degree of the scale and the tonic at the top. If this were a major scale, well, actually that was going down a minor scale, but 7 to 8 with a half step, but this is a whole step. So those are two distinguishing characteristics of a natural minor scale. Here we have some more. In this example, I have given you one with a key signature that is actually on the side of the staff. This is 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. This key signature, if it were a major key signature, would be E flat major, but our tonic is C, and we know that the relative minor to E flat major is C minor. Notice again that we use the keys, we set the proper key signature, set the proper tonic, and then we just write the scale. Nothing else happens in here. The second example on the page is still using the key signature, but the key signature is not written at the beginning of the staff. And you will see minor scales written like this as well, just written with the accidentals instead of the actual key signature. So here we have the B flat, the E flat, and the A flat. So that is natural minor. The second form of the minor scale is the harmonic minor scale. And you begin the same way as you did with a natural minor. Here we're back in the key of A minor. Start with an A natural minor scale, and the alteration that you make to the natural minor scale in order to change it to a harmonic minor scale is the 7th degree of the scale, the 7th note of the scale, is raised 1/2 step. So in this case, with the A minor scale, the 7th note is raised from the G of the natural minor to a G sharp. This scale sounds like this. the most distinctive characteristic about the harmonic minor scale is the interval between the 6th degree of the scale and the 7th degree of the scale. You'll notice that from F to G sharp is an augmented second. Sounds like this. It's a very large interval and has a very distinctive sound. Other harmonic minor scales. Let's return to our C minor scale. Here's our key signature for C minor. When you are raising the 7th degree, don't forget to use the key signature. In this case, the 7th degree is B flat of natural minor, so we've raised this a half step to B natural. If this were written with only accidentals and not a key signature on the staff, it would look like this. And technically, you do not need to write these natural signs. I put them in there to be of help. But it would be very conceivable that you could see a scale that would be written A flat to a B with no indication that anything had happened, so just a B with no natural sign. You still would be able to tell that it's a natural minor scale because, or excuse me, a harmonic minor scale, because the A flat to the B flat, I lost my cursor, A flat to the B natural is an augmented second. And so that is the distinguishing characteristic of the harmonic minor scale. Here are some other examples of harmonic minor scales, and writing the appropriate accidental to fulfill raising the 7th degree a half a step can be a little bit tricky. You must not forget to use the key signature if you have a key signature on the side of the staff. So in this case, we have an A sharp minor scale. Everything is sharp. When we go over to the 7th degree, you must remember that this, because of the key signature, is already a G sharp. So if you want to raise it a half a step, you need to raise it to a G double sharp. Here we have G minor, 2 flats, is key of G minor, B flat and E flat. The 7th tone of the G minor scale, the G natural minor scale, is an F natural. And so to raise that a half step, you will have an F sharp. Did I say G natural? I mean an F natural. The 7th tone is an F natural. You raise it to an F sharp. So in this case, we have a scale which has both flats and sharps in the scale. However, you will never put any of the accidentals used to raise the 7th into the key signature. If you need a harmonic minor scale, you will always have the standard minor key signature and an accidental on the 7th, which will represent the raised 7th. And here is that G minor scale, which is written without the key signature, just accidentals. And side by side you have an E flat and an F sharp, which I know looks really strange, but that is the correct scale. And E flat to F sharp is an augmented second. Melodic minor is the 3rd form of the minor scale, and again, you want to start with the basic natural minor scale with the appropriate key signature. And the difference of the unique part about the melodic minor scale is that both the 6th and the 7th are raised a half a step in the ascending scale only. In the descending scale, you put those notes back where they started. In other words, the descending form of the melodic minor scale is exactly the same as natural minor. This scale sounds like this. So in the ascending melodic minor scale, the distance from the 7th degree to the tonic at the top is a half step. In the descending minor scale, that is a whole step. So this is really unique. The scale is different going up than it is going down. Now, why do you suppose that is? Well, let me do this first. Okay, here we have our going back to our C minor scale. When you add the accidentals, you have to remember that the A and the B are actually A flat and B flat. So you need to use an A natural and a B natural, and on the descending scale you return them back a half step to B flat and A flat. And here it would be written without the key signature on the side, just writing the scale with accidentals. And as with the harmonic minor scale, the accidentals can be tricky. With the A sharp minor scale, you will have 2 double sharps in the ascending melodic minor scale. Return them to the G sharp and the F sharp that agrees with the key signature on the descending scale. And with the D minor scale, again, you'll have a B natural because you're raising this B flat a half a step, and a C sharp. In the descending scale, the C sharp lowers back to a C natural, the B natural lowers back to the B flat, which agrees with the key signature. Okay, now let's get back to this question of why is the melodic minor scale different in its ascending and descending minor forms. If you look at a melodic minor scale side by side with a major scale, they are actually identical with the exception of the 3rd scale degree. In a major scale, that 3rd scale degree is a half step higher than it is in the minor scale. So let me first play for you the A major scale. And then the A melodic minor scale. There's no trouble when you hear those. The A major scale sounds very major. The A melodic minor scale sounds minor, in spite of the fact that there's only 1 note different between them. In the descending form, however, the difference between an A major scale and an A melodic minor scale, if we kept the same notes as the ascending, are still going to be the same, except this time the note which differentiates the two is the 6th note. So the descending major scale and the descending melodic minor scale to most people's ears, that is going to sound like you played a major scale with the wrong note on the 6th note. Because in the ascending form, in the major scale, this raised third, this whole step between 2 to 3, gives you the quality of the major. The half step between 2 to 3 in the minor gives you the quality of the minor right away. In the 3rd note of the scale, your ears can tell immediately that whether you have a major scale or a minor scale. In the descending form, by the time you get to the 6th note, your ears have already acclimated and are going to hear this as a major scale. So in order for the melodic minor scale to sound actually of minor quality in both directions, it is traditional to play the descending melodic minor scale with the raised 6th and 7th I put back. So here again is the complete melodic minor scale. Put those notes back. So that's the melodic minor scale. Scale degree names. With one exception, the names of the scale degrees in minor scales are exactly the same as those in major scales. The first degree is the tonic, the second degree is the supertonic, third is the mediant, fourth is the subdominant, fifth is the dominant, and sixth is the submediant. So the terminology that you've already learned there remains exactly the same. The one difference is the seventh degree. If the seventh degree of the scale is a whole step below the tonic, as it is in natural minor, and descending melodic minor, we call that a subtonic. If the seventh degree of the scale is a half step lower than the tonic, as it is in harmonic minor and ascending melodic minor, it's a leading tone. And leading tone is the term that we've grown accustomed to using with major scales, and the seventh note of a major scale is a half step lower than the tonic. So the terminology remains consistent. It's just because there are two different kinds of seventh degrees in minor scales, there are two different terms. That's it for today's lesson. Thank you for listening.